What is up, ladies? What's up, gentlemen? What's up, family? Y'all see the title. As a SpongeBob fan, I never really thought of this, but we about to dive deep into this. Let's go.
You ever wondered if SpongeBob was actually kidnapped by the bus driver that took him to rock bottom? Like, I know that sounds kind of stupid, but I was really thinking back on this episode and how everything went down, and I think this was all done on purpose. Okay, so SpongeBob and Patrick just finished the day at Glove World. They hop on a bus to head home, and SpongeBob realizes he needs to pay the fare, which is 50 cents. He starts fumbling around looking for his wallet, and every time he turns around, his glove balloon would just keep smacking the bus driver in the face, which, by the way, this bus driver looks awfully familiar from other episodes, which I want to talk about that more at the end of the video.
I didn't realize
Remember this part when SpongeBob hits him with the balloon? Because you can clearly see the bus driver is just getting increasingly annoyed with each hit. They ended up just telling SpongeBob to have a seat. On the drive back home, they're talking about the random stuff they got from Glove World when they realized that they were leaving Bikini Bottom. They wind up in this super creepy place called Rock Bottom, and
Now, what if y'all was in that situation, right? You took a city bus, boom, and then you just... So what if y'all was in that situation? You take a city bus, and you know that they just passed your stop. Now, I don't know if y'all introverts or extroverts. Would y'all say, oh, wait, you just passed my stop. Could you turn around? Or would you just be quiet and just wait? Hey, I wouldn't even be in that situation. Because I'm just going to pull the thing, boom. And then they just
bus driver, this dude just ends up kicking them out.
But sir, we need to get back to Bikini Bottom.
Oh well. Now, Rock Bottom, this place is dark. It's eerie. It honestly made this episode unforgettable for me. Like, even the bit where they try and figure out which bathroom to use, it's just like, old SpongeBob just hits different.
Wait for someone to come out, and then you'll know.
That's
SpongeBob
the man.
tells Patrick to stay put while he figures out the bus schedule. But then, as luck would have it, a bus comes by, and Patrick accidentally leaves SpongeBob behind. Now, I'm throwing around the word accidentally very loosely here, because there's no way Patrick can accidentally hop on a bus and accidentally pay for it to go home. So SpongeBob tries chasing after the bus, but he had no luck. So he decides to wait at the bus stop, determined to catch the next bus. While he's waiting, he notices his shoe is untied. He starts tying his shoes with the classic loop-de-loop and pull method, but just as he's finishing up, a bus arrives and leaves him before he can even react. Then, after some time has passed by, SpongeBob's glove balloon gets loose. He jumps, but another bus arrives and then departs, literally while he's mid-jump. And he doesn't even notice till it's too late. Then some dude comes chasing after his balloon, and SpongeBob couldn't catch him, but as he's walking back to the bus stop, which I'd say is like less than 10 feet away from him, another bus comes and just leaves him immediately. Next, he spots a candy machine across the road and his stomach just starts growling. He decides to quickly grab a snack, but this happens.
I never really understood that cartoon logic. Why he... Because I believe that he can stretch, right? So why don't he use his superpowers, right? Since he is a sponge and he can stretch his body, why don't he take half his body standing, you use the elastic thing, get a candy underneath there, and then as soon as you see the bus come, hurry up, take your hand out the vending machine, eat it, then go home. You see, because I don't really get it, because every cartoon character be acting so stupid. It don't
And
get
he
it.
tries again,
don't
sprinting over to the machine, checking for buses the entire time.
And he's still
Puts in
gonna
the
go.
coin, and immediately another bus
See?
comes and goes.
He's still
He finally
doing it.
gets his candy to come down, but as soon as he puts his hand inside the machine to get it, another bus comes and leaves. And then this next one is just trolling this man SpongeBob at this point. Dude, I know everyone already knows this, but this SpongeBob era is like, dude, this is the best freaking era there is. Anyways, some alien-looking fish comes and takes SpongeBob's candy bar, and as SpongeBob leaves his post to chase after him, 3 different buses come pretty much simultaneously. So being the genius he is, he sets up a fake SpongeBob across the street to trick the bus drivers, but as soon as the fake SpongeBob falls, the bus driver hits the gas, leaving SpongeBob busless yet again. He even disguises himself as a bench, and listen to what he says here.
Look, see, that's what I just told you. You see, why couldn't he just use his powers just like that instead of worrying about some candy? Because look, if you really was in that situation and you really wanted to get home to see Gary, go to your job that pay you 3 cents an hour, right? Go near a neighbor, live near a neighbor that absolutely hates you, and he trying to start his music career that he don't know how to because he don't know how to play the clarinet at all. But you see, like I just said, use his powers. He just shape shifted into a bench. Now, he can just shapeshift into the bus sign. That's what I would try to do. And then as soon as the bus come, boom, going. See? Because look, see now I'm telling you, my psychological. I told you, got a master's in psychology. So from the angle, you see how the door is already open. He could have just traveled fast enough, right? Because he would leave a trace of the bubbles. That's how you know that they gonna move so fast. Because as soon as he move fast, it's gonna be bubbles appearing. So then, as soon as he do that, or just shapeshift to like an ant, or he can just shrink himself. Yeah, yeah. Because I remember he can shrink yourself. The door is open. Go in, close the door, and then head home. It's simple.
Okay, so I looked it up, and he's actually saying fish paste, but I don't know. I think the writers cleverly added that in there just to make it sound like he's calling the bus driver something. After the bench thing didn't work, SpongeBob waits in this crazy line at the bus station, only to miss the last bus by seconds. When the Ticketmaster tells SpongeBob that there's no more buses until morning and then shuts off the lights, SpongeBob's flashlight dies too. It's advanced darkness now, and SpongeBob is alone, totally freaked out. Suddenly, he hears this weird raspberry noise and gets super scared. He makes a run for it and ends up meeting with this dude from earlier. Turns out he found his lost glove balloon, and at first SpongeBob is a little sarcastic about the balloon, but then he realizes that the dude is actually helping him. The fish ties the balloon to SpongeBob's waist, and next thing you know, SpongeBob is floating up and out of rock bottom, and makes it back home. Now, hear me out, because I've thought about this for too long, and I'm like 86% sure that this is not even a theory, but a fact. SpongeBob beats up the bus driver. Bus driver's like, oh yeah? He hits the gas and takes SpongeBob and Patrick to rock bottom. The bus driver waits for the perfect time to pick up Patrick, forces him to get in the bus to take him back to Bikini Bottom, and then called every bus driver in the area to not pick up a yellow sponge. Okay, like,
that actually makes sense.
Crazy, but there's this famous TikToker named Seth. He went to a GameStop to try and sell a fake game called Cousin Kisser.
Yeah, no, you're done.
It was just a joke, man.
It doesn't matter. Get out of my
Can we just end on good terms?
No.
I'll be back with a new game next week, okay? It'll be funnier.
Man, GameStop, y'all might as well just go out of business, but I wouldn't say that. And I'm only going to say you should go out of business because the trading system is actually a scam. I don't know what y'all get from that. I remember when I traded in probably an old PS4 and they said they're going to give me $50 or $100. You know, in my head, of course, that's a bad trade. But I'm like, okay, wait, I'm broke. Hey, let me just hurry up and get this money. Boom. And then I trade in some controllers. That's $20, even though we pay $70, $80. It just don't work. But I can say y'all can still stay in the business because, you know, some people just buy the CDs, which is really no point. Just buy the digital. That's it.
Funnier this time.
Don't come back.
Now,
GameStop.
obviously, this was a joke, but the people in the store took so much offense that they actually called every GameStop and warned them about him.
It all started 3 months ago when I was blacklisted from every GameStop for pulling some pranks on their employees.
My district manager says, however, see you guys again. You guys have to leave.
This has also happened to countless other YouTubers like Ross Creations. And when we look at the situation that SpongeBob was put in, the main point I'm trying to make is that I have no doubt that this bus driver did the same thing. Now let's talk about Patrick. When we see the shot of Patrick leaving, we can hear him screaming, right? I'm here thinking like, why don't you just jump out? But the thing is, the bus driver forced Patrick to get on the bus on purpose, just to leave SpongeBob behind. Because look, one...
Now, this is my theory, right? Because remember that episode where it was like a national no SpongeBob day? And then he was just in the city, he was just in his city by him whole self? Now, that's the thing, right? Because everybody knows that SpongeBob's annoying, right? Even Gary loved him. So what I think is, since he know that he's annoying, he did drive him all the way down. And you know that Patrick is greedy. He'll eat anything. He ate the trays, the cups, rocks. Whatever you feed him, this nigga gonna eat. So I believe he brought them with some food, right? Oh yeah, here's a Krabby Patty or whatever. Put it in the back seat of the bus. Boom. Patrick got snuck in. Boom. And then he took him.
One, Patrick was literally able
That's
to
a
get
good
picked up,
theory.
meaning the bus driver had no problem with him. And two, one thing I didn't mention, if we go to the end of the episode, we see Patrick on a bus saying this.
Don't worry, SpongeBob, I'm coming back for you!
So yeah, obviously, I don't think Patrick would have left SpongeBob there in the first place on purpose. Like, I know Patrick is a little slow sometimes, but he would he just wouldn't do that. We can clearly see how important SpongeBob is to Patrick in episodes like Home Sweet Pineapple, where a bunch of nematodes came to Bikini Bottom. Like, these nematodes eat everything in sight, and eventually they find their way to SpongeBob's house. They pull out straws and start drinking juice from the pineapple's house, which caused it to shrink and eventually just disappear entirely. SpongeBob and Gary wake up to find their house shrinking around them. SpongeBob called Squidward for help, but Squidward is just, I mean, you know Squidward. He's not very helpful and just enjoys the idea of SpongeBob being in trouble. Patrick then comes over, and when he sees what happened, he's initially shocked. SpongeBob is devastated because his house is completely gone, and he thinks he'll have to move back in.
Speaking on this topic, right? Never let nobody take your kindness for weakness, right? Let's just say your homegirl or your homie, right? They got kicked out their house, whether from their parents or they just got kicked out from not paying the bills on time, right? Boom. Now, you know what they're going to do? They're going to call you because they know that you nice and you're not going to really say no to them, right? And then they're going to say, oh, yeah, you know, I just got kicked out. Let me just stay for like 2-3 months, which is actually a lie. They're going to stay there forever. And they probably might not even pay the bills. But the thing is, right, you got to stand on the business, right? Tell them, okay, you're only going to stay for 3-4 months, right? Because this isn't your house. This is my house, my rules. After the 3-4 months is up, you getting out. So, yeah. Because really, that's what they do. I forgot what that is. It's couch surfing or whatever. Watch out for them people. And then it's like this, right? If you decide to even do that, like at least help with the bills instead of you just laying on the sofa, ordering pizza, being lazy and all that.
Back in with
Watch
his
out
parents.
for them people.
But here's the part that really shows how awesome Patrick is as a friend. Patrick offers to let SpongeBob stay with him indefinitely. Like, that's his homie, and this gesture just shows Patrick's unwillingness to leave his best friend without support and shelter. And even in more ironic episodes like camping episodes and the one with the shell, these episodes really highlight for me how much of a best friend Patrick and SpongeBob really are. Because they just trust each other and they're like kind of dumb ideas. But point is, Patrick wouldn't just get on a bus and leave SpongeBob out there on purpose. And the last thing I want to mention about this bus driver, I was watching this episode back and I'm like, wait, is this Nat? Like, isn't this the same fish that Karen was paying under the table to eat at the chum bucket just to make Plankton happy?
Never again. The deal's off, computer. I can't eat another bite of that slop.
Since when did bro become a bus driver? Like, he's not even listed as a bus driver in the SpongeBob's Wikipedia page. I don't know. It just kind of makes me feel like there's just a lot more to this theory hiding in plain sight that I'm not even getting. So let me know what you think in the comments, and also let me know in general, did SpongeBob purposely get kidnapped by Nat just for smacking him around with balloons? Because if this is true, bro might as well be the most evil character in the show.